Hey Boo Buddies, Anya here, and now that we've got our new moon journal all ready to go, it's time to start filling it with some bullet journal monthly setups. First, we're going to start with our quarterly setup. I'm going to remind you that I don't use the fiscal quarters anymore because they don't work for me, and it's my custom journal, so I'm doing a summer quarter, June through August, because that's what I think the year should look like. And that's how my life is set up. So these first two pages are going to be for the next 3 months, and we're going to start with a couple box sections, just like I did with my life setup and categories. I've got some categories going on here so that I can keep track of what's going on in my business and my life and my ridiculousness for the next 3 months. So I've got one box for my promotions and my posts over on the internet, including here on YouTube. One for any important dates that are coming up. Yes, I've got my future log, but I will be moving any recent dates over into the important dates section so that I can make sure that I stay on top of everything. I've got an inventory section so that I can keep track of everything going on here at home base and as I go on the road, which I will be doing quite a bit in the next 3 months. And then I've been swapping out my goals sheet that I used to do for each quarter with a master list. So that is what all of these boxes are going to be. It just helps keep, it's all just lists, but it's just keeping the lists from getting too long or too imposing, and dividing them up by section so that I can feel a little less overwhelmed. And I find that has been working very well in recent months, so we're going to keep doing that going forward. I'm leaving quite a bit of blank space, one for decoration, but also just in case anything changes as I get closer to filling this out, or as I fill this out, things that I wasn't planning on, they come up. So I'm just leaving a little extra blank space in case I need to add something going on. So I've got this border washi tape that I got from an online store that I really like, link in below of course, but the one thing I don't like is the borders are always way too long, so I always have to cut them. And so I used the colors and did the summer quarter little header using similar colors and designs to try and make it look like it goes. As I finished up tax season this last year, I realized that I needed a better bookkeeping system than I had been using. I'm not in trouble, but I need to be more detailed. So we're going to have a income and expense tracker for the quarter going forward. So I'm going to set that up. And so over here on the right-hand side, I'm doing my income trackers and my subscription trackers for all of my platforms and everywhere that I have income at this time. That way I can keep track of my subscribers and how many things I need to do, but also it's not just how much I'm making, but where it's coming from, so that I know where to put my focus and my efforts going forward in the future. Then on the left-hand side, I've got my expenses for the next 3 months, which is just a standard bookkeeping setup style. So I've got a memo section and the budget section and the cost section with a running total going down the list. So this way I can not only keep track of what I spent on various things, which helps with, your return on investment. It helps with just keeping track of tax write-offs and anything like that. But it also helps me stick to my budget and make sure that I am not spending too much if I don't have to. I love getting shiny things and making everything look wonderful, but I also don't like spending money I don't have to, and feeling, I don't know, having a budget always makes me feel very accomplished. So that's a personal pride, and I don't feel ashamed about it, not even a little bit. I picked my brush pen colors off of the washi tape that I used on the previous page. So I've got a pale pink instead of one of my grays that I would normally use. And then I've got this dark purpley gray that I don't use a whole lot from my grayscale because it is more purple than gray. But it works when I'm trying to block things out, but also pull more color and less grayscale into the spreads. So I had fun. I think this is N65 or N64. I don't remember. Then one of my gifted washi tapes, so I don't know where it came from one of my pen pals, a lovely, lovely human. And it's purple with some constellations on it, so I thought it was perfect for our night sky theme and really helps make some more bright colors. Okay, finally on to June official, and the first thing I'm going to be doing is adding a calendar where I have all of the days and the month spread out so perfectly and neatly. I will not be home most of June because I will be on the road doing shows and promoting my picture books and my brand. So I don't need a big calendar, but I do need to know where the days are and keep track of where I am on those days. So I do need a bit of a calendar. I'm also going to be adding in a package tracker because, like I have said every video, I swear, when I don't have the package tracker, I feel it, and I will probably be updating my inventory quite a bit in coming forward in this month of June. So I do need to keep track of those packages and what is coming and when. I think I have come to really like the mini calendar. I think it's cute. I think it's very effective for me. I always am like, I want a big calendar so I can fill it in with my word goals and my achievements as I go, and then I never do it when I have it. And I don't know, I think the mini calendar might be the thing for me. Okay, so we've got the calendar and we've got the package trackers. So it's time to do the habit trackers. So I actually have 6 trackers going on in the month of June. I think that is a good amount, more than that, and things start to get a little like, what are you even doing? Of all the habit trackers that I have had over the course of bullet journal setups, I think the month shape at the beginning of the month is my favorite. It's the easiest to set up, it's the easiest to use. Like, there are some that I like to use better, but I hate setting them up. So this is a nice middle ground. And it gives me a reason to constantly flip back to my calendar page, which is very good because I like having reasons to come back and check in with my month overall. And besides, oh, I should flip to that page. It's like, no. Now I have to check in. I have to update my habits and update what's going on. And while I'm here, I'm going to check in with what's going on. And it's a nice, smooth flow. And I really like that. That's how I roll. So I'm adding blue into the month of June to just make it go with our quarterly setup, but also make it stand out from our quarterly setup. It also matches this little June tab that I got from Stone Ridge Books, and there's some wonderful stickers for writing planners, and I got the month ones, and I am really excited to go ahead and use them. So we're starting with June, and the blue doesn't quite match, but it goes, and I appreciate that. So this little section at the bottom, I'm going to reserve for my goals using the same washi tape that I used for the quarter, and adding some sparkle stars just to kind of box off the end of the setup and make it look finished. For our weekly setup, we're going to do something I did a couple setups ago and kind of liked, and because I don't need a whole lot of space for my day-to-days, I'm going to try it again. I normally don't like a horizontal spread for my days just because I like to read down in columns and less in rows across with my planner. So I don't normally like this, but I wanted to try it again, and so we're gonna have more of a horizontal with these postage stamp style headers that mark off the day and date of the week. So this new notebook is taking a little bit of getting used to because the paper is not the same as the Archer and Olive. It's not as heavy, and so you can see there's a little bit of ghosting through the paper, which doesn't really bother me that much, but it might bother someone. But it also means that I'm not gonna go very heavy with art in this journal. I'm gonna really stick with using my stationery, my stamps, my stickers, and my washi tape. So with the Tombow brush pens seem to work the best because of the water-based ink, and I'm gonna stay away from alcohol-based ink as much as possible. But I think it's a nice way to challenge myself in a way that I haven't done a whole lot before, and also use up what I have. So I'm using elements from the quarter, but also the journal setup to end this weekly setup. And so I'm using my rubber stamp again because I don't use it enough and I need to use it more. And this bottom section will just be my this week master list that's going on. The gold didn't show up quite as well on the black ink as I would have liked, so I will fix that as we go. And then I'm using the same silver and pink washi tape that I used for the journal setup, as well as the color set combinations that I've been using for the quarter setup. And I think it came out very put together. Using a lot of the same things over and over again, but in different ways and spacing them out. So let's just give this a quick flip through and see how the finished and tidied version came out. I think it's ready to fill in and going to be super easy to use and be very readable as things. I added some extra things at the end, and I'm really happy with how June is looking, and I'm really excited for what's coming next. I hope you guys found some inspiration in this journal setup for your own journaling, and I will see you in the next one.